What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we got some more information about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I cannot believe it, guys, that we are actually getting so much stuff from this game, which kind of indicates to me more than ever that this game is coming in 2024. Yes, it is happening, guaranteed, and also we won't have to wait for a very long time. So we have some new screens, this is really cool. We have some new translations as well. This is courtesy of DBS Hype and of course translations right on Twitter. So this photo here, guys, is going to go wild because we have some very cool reconfirmations of something very important in this game. The roster is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, and I'm not just me saying that. This is from the translation of this particular editorial paper, which is a promotion in one of the magazines in Japan. So looking on Twitter, here we have the information from Hype, and then we have the translation done by Dragon Ball Sparking Zero News, and with the help of TF Kaiba, this person here. This person has provided the translation effectively. And guys, you're in for a crazy ride because this is intense. Right, so let's look at the first one, the first section here at the top. It says the following. This is the translation. Now, it may be a bit raw, but just bear with me because it's really important. A ridiculously large number of super warriors allows for incredibly flashy battles in this 3D action game. That's the charm of the series. You should understand the reason everyone has been eagerly anticipating it. The Dragon Ball action game, the Sparking series latest installment, is finally born. Now, let's just dissect this in a minute, which is really important. Guys, they are saying a ridiculously large number of super warriors. That's pretty important, which allows for incredibly flashy battles in 3D action. That's the charm of the series. So they know that players want a ton of characters, which is confirmation again that this is gonna be maybe the biggest roster ever in a Dragon Ball game. And I'm really excited and hyped about this. Now, we don't know yet how many characters are there going to be, but my initial estimate is that there were going to be maybe about 70 to 80. Maybe it's going to be more than that. We're maybe expecting more than 100. One of you guys was saying in one of the videos I made recently that you think it's going to be about 140 plus characters. Obviously including transformations and, you know, all the forms and the fusions. Makes sense, right? Which is, I mean, I would be really happy with that, right? Which is really awesome. Alright, moving on. Next one is the following. Stronger than ever, even more spectacular. The finishing moves have evolved. A power that shakes the heavens and the earth. Equipped with the power of that passes through the eastern energy. Oh, obviously that's some weird translation there. The warriors transforms into Super Saiyan God, unleashing the ultimate power to swiftly decide the outcome of the battle. That's interesting here. So this one is quite interesting. Let's just kind of look at this because this is very curious here. Stronger than ever, more spectacular, but then the final bit here, it's very interesting because it says the following. Once you transform, so after you transform to Super Saiyan God, unleashing the ultimate power, they swiftly decide the outcome of the battle, which kind of indicates to me that the ultimate attacks, alright, are not going to be able to be pulled that easily, but when you pull one off, it's going to be very dangerous. This is how I read it basically, because it says here, unleashing the ultimate attacks, ultimate power, they swiftly decide the outcome of the battle. So if that ultimate attack hits you, you are in for losing a ton of health. Now, in the previous Budokai Tenkaichis, you could spam the ultimate a lot. Maybe in this one, you're gonna have some sort of like stamina or some sort of like, you know, like in reality. I mean, in Dragon Ball Super, for example, or Z, Goku can't do his ultimate Kamehameha non-stop. Even Vegeta, Final Flash, he can do it twice maybe, but that's pretty much it. After doing it, he needs to recover. He's gonna be very tired, he's a bit slower, and he needs recovery time. So, what if, and I think this is a smart idea because they're gonna make the combat less of spammy and more about positioning and using the attack when it's actually time to use it. The right time, the right moment. Now, I do hope that this is gonna be the case. I may be reading this wrong all the way, and maybe they're just talking about the fact that if an ultimate attack hits you, obviously a lot of health is going to be disappearing, but that's pretty much it. You can spam the ultimate attacks, maybe that's going to be the case, which is fine. I don't mind, but I would much prefer if the ultimate attack would be a limited power to be used in the fight, maximum twice per fight. So effectively, if you miss your chance, then you have to work your way through it, because the ultimate ability should be an ability which rewards people who are effectively careful in their planning, in their strategy, and don't just spam the buttons like crazy people. And honestly, if they do it, I will be very happy. Alright, moving on to the next one, guys, which is the following. So I have the following here: the legendary masterpiece that captivated Dragon Ball fans worldwide. The latest installment is finally set in motion. Soar through the skies with breathtaking aerial maneuvers, which is of course, we've seen it in the trailer. Unstoppable high-speed movement that catches the eye. Cloaked in energy, you can navigate the battlefield freely, soaring through space while cutting through opponents. What does this tell me? Well, obviously this tells me that there are not going to be any freaking walls, which is awesome. So no walls, not that crap, obviously, which means that your navigation and the way you fight and the way you play is gonna be much more free. Now, obviously you won't be able to just fly indefinitely and run away from your opponent, because that's just stupid. But maybe there's going to be like off bounds or something, which if you fly too far away, you may be disqualified, for example, which makes sense, right? You don't want to do that. I mean, why do you play in the first place if you just want to avoid the fight, right? But I mean, I know there's going to be stupid spammers who are going to be doing that, right? So that's good. So they can stop people from doing that. But because it says there that you can fly at high speed movement and you can navigate the battlefield freely, indicates to me that the freedom of movement is going to be much more pronounced in this game than previous games where they had limitations. And of course they had the issue with the hard drives. They were, you know, HDD, they were not SSD. SSD are way better, way more powerful, and way more advanced than HDD, right? Which is really cool. So, and that's another reason why this game is not releasing for the PlayStation 4, because in PlayStation 4 you have the HDD, which takes a long time to load, and this game is gonna have high destruction, high movement, high action. So because of that, you need an SSD to allow for this to happen. Makes sense. So guys, that's it for this video on the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. To be honest, quite hyped, quite excited, especially because three interesting sentences. The first one, which is a ridiculously large number of Super Warriors. The second one being this one, unleashing the ultimate power, they swiftly decide the outcome of the fight, which again could kind of indicate that maybe there's going to be a more strategic approach to the ultimate abilities, which I would personally love. And then the final one is that freedom of exploration, freedom of movement through the scenario is going to be given to the player, and you will be feeling that there's just no bounds, same as Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, for example. In Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, if you never played the game, you can just fly anywhere you want, and the fight starts straight away, and you don't feel there's any boundaries, any limits, and it just feels so good and so like open and like nice. So having that in a Budokai Tenkaichi game, guys, is just gonna be freaking awesome. But that's it for today's video. As always, if you're new to the channel, guys, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, I appreciate that massively. And of course, we will cover everything to do with Dragon Ball Sparking Zero on every single moment of the day, whenever news happens or whatever releases, doesn't matter, any trailer, any leaks, whatever, we will cover it on this channel. And gameplay is coming when they're releasing more gameplays and even closed betas or whatever. So it's going to be on this channel, guys, because this channel is for Dragon Ball Sparking and Kakarot. So yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. I shall see you later in the next one. Bye.